no Reylos, no nobodies, no trolls, no bullies. If you got a problem with me, then might I suggest just scroll past. You're not wanted, needed. And I'm dealing with the troll from yesterday. And when I'm done, he won't like it at all, period. I've talked to several people, including lawyers. All right. So, he can either take the video down or face the consequences because that's defamation. Okay. Anyway, I want to talk a little bit about what happened yesterday. Kudos to the quartering. I turn on the light in here because it's dark. Yesterday, him and Data Racer got together on Twitter and basically discovered who Rewriting Ripley was. They're not a PR firm. They're not a PR firm. They're Reylos. Guys, they're Reylos. Okay, I want you to wrap your little minds around that. And one, I think, I've had probably run-ins with both of them. One is named Kate McCall. And the other one calls herself Lady V. I don't know what her first name is, but they're pretty much now whining about being doxxed, etc., etc. What I'm gonna say is this: probably, ladies, what happened is somebody got a hold of his lawyer. Lawyers can do stuff like get records. Okay, you don't screw with people who, sorry guys, who have more money than you, more insurance, and are wiser and older, because they will come in and crush you like a grape, which is about what happened. So now they're on Twitter whining. Now, if you've been a member of this channel for long enough, you know that I have had my troubles with them. I think this McCall and several others. There's one who goes by the Twitter handle of somebody's daughter, and her big claim to fame is, I'm an English literature major. Whoopee. All right. They ganged up on me a few times. They pulled this mobbing up on someone, bully, and basically it's a gangbang, all right, on people, and got them kicked off of Twitter. And I lost one of my accounts from them. I know I did. So what's been going on with Geeks and Gamers and Jeremy and the Jeremys isn't shocking to me, because I've had it happen to me. But what's really great is seeing them get it back in the face. All right, again, just don't fuck with people you don't know. All right, it's like this. You never ask a question you don't know the answer to. You don't underestimate people, and you don't mess with people you don't know. If you don't know who you're dealing with, let it go, okay? Because you might wish you had in the end. And that's what, if that video is not taken down, is what's going to happen, because I will pull the trigger on the illegal means to make him take it down. Anyway, I'm not going to talk about it, but I also I've got other things in the pot for this scumbag. And he is a scumbag. He's stalked everybody. He stalked, I think he's obsessed with Doomcock, which is like, why? Anyway, we'll let it go. So anyway, what happened is they found out who they are, and the thumbnail for this video is actually their account on Twitter. Hey, Dave. Their account on Twitter. Pablo's following them, and somebody else from Lucasfilm, and also Matt Martin. I would say these guys probably have helped. I'm not. There's nothing to be frightened of these two. They're young, 20-year-old, mentally ill weirdos. But now the worm is turned. And my favorite thing is Kate going, I, you know, they're just, they made me feel uncomfortable and they're violent and they've made me fear my life. I took a week away from Star Wars and didn't realize how bad they affected me. We told her we didn't like a movie. She got nasty, and then we got nasty. This is how it works. Did you like it? No. You are a homophobe. You are a racist. See how that escalated? All right. I don't like the movie. Rah! Okay. That's how that goes. And they took, I mean, I've had people who aren't Star Wars fans who've seen the sequel trilogy say these movies sucked. Objectively, they suck. I mean, I'm sorry. A lot of people like trash. And, okay, and that's the crux of their problem. If you hate Reylo, you're, I don't know, you're a misogynist, homophobic, racist, something or other. If you mock them because mule-faced croaked, put in the names that they would call you. If you tell them Reylo, they're basically celebrating a violent, misogynistic, abusive relationship, insert the names they would call you. They rationalized Kyle Ron's hatred for his father. He's autistic. Han is never around. Han used to beat him up. There's nothing in their canon that says any of that happened. Okay? Nothing. Kyle Ron literally is a piece of shit. I mean, they should have just scrapped him and started all over again. I'm sure by baby second, that would have, a good kid would have appeared. Sometimes you just get the bad egg, okay? And that's what I got from Muleface. And, and they're just, if you say, if they take themselves so seriously, they rationalize everything. It's like, when I would tell these people, you act like one of Ted Bundy's fans, or you act like one of Charles Manson's followers at the court trial when they would mock the judge and everything. That's weird. Okay, as Jeremy Griggs says, Reylos are weird. They're not just weird. They're bullies. They're insane. They're mentally unstable. Look at this. Look at the tweets. I will maybe put a video up to music of their tweets that they sent, just so you guys can read them, because it's like, yes, their parents allowed these girls to grow up that way. Wrap your minds around that. Now, maybe mommy didn't let daddy have anything to do with the kids. That does happen. There are some mothers out there who really treat fathers who want to be there like shit. Okay, because again, the thing about TLJ and the entire Star Wars trilogy or Disney trilogy is daddy hate porn. Pablo Hidalgo loved that when I called it that too, by the way. Daddy hate porn. Okay? And he was really pissed off because he knew I caught him on that, which is good for stuff. It's just really interesting now, after a week of us going, and everybody going, now we're like, oh, it's you. Oh, Ray blows. It's you. Now, here's the thing. Last year, the Lucasfilm social media person wanted to get, I don't know, percentages of something or something like that, and get help with finding out who in the fandom was toxic so they could make it a safer place. I mean, it's so fucking bad. Well, yeah, I'm not talking about that today, but I'm talking about what Data Racer found and Jeremy from the Quartering found yesterday. And so and they're connected to that. These two girls, one of the girls, Kate, met the social media coordinator for Lucasfilm, and then this is how this all started. Okay, so yeah, they're involved with this. So this is another embarrassment. And when Jeremy from the quartering puts his video up, I'm sending it on to people at Disney. Okay, you paid for this. You paid that person to enable these girls to attack your fans. I mean, I want to give you a dose of reality. It is not Disney that's causing all this trouble. It is Lucasfilm. All right. So when people go after Disney, I'm like, you know, now maybe Chapek and Iger are letting Kennedy, put the noose around her own neck. I mean, maybe they're letting Hidalgo do the same thing. I don't know. But I'm very reluctant to blame Disney, if only to get them to move to getting rid of these people. Because I'm going to tell you something. The moment Kennedy disappears from Lucasfilm and those people get dispersed, and I'm going to tell you something, no one wants them working for them. All right? They're going to all end up working for Ryan Johnson. I'm not kidding. I mean, that's where Carrie Hart went. Okay? That's the only place I think in Hollywood they could fit. And that's fine. Or maybe they'll end up, working at Kathleen's all-girl production shit or something like that, where, she can be the dominatrix towards all the soy boys that come in to work for her. I don't know. Maybe they like that. I don't know. But no one wants these people in their shop in Hollywood. So it's going to be very interesting. And I thought that this was actually a sign that they were really desperate, and I think they are, because they released it. They released it last week after the that article came out in Forbes, and I gotta say, I think they are, but it's not what I thought it was. I thought it was actually something from the higher ups at Lucasfilm, the ones in Kennedy's office protecting her, the queen, from the awful peasants. No, it's not. It's the story group trying to run us off and trying to defend their garbage from people saying it's garbage, and mischaracterizing people, defaming people. And if it ends up, if Jeremy Hambley, and he talked about it, and I know he's talked to his lawyers, and I know Jeremy Griggs has too, because he said he was going to talk about this stuff to his people. If they pursue this and it's open to discovery, you guys know how that works. Lawsuit. All right? Your lawyers get to see what the evidence is, which means the defendant has to open up. Think about what that'll find. Think about whose names will be on there. And those are Twitter records, mostly. Okay? All right, it's not like these people go out and have coffee with each other every morning. I doubt these two girls, I mean, the way the one talks, I don't know if the mental asylum she's in would let her leave anyway. I'm not kidding. I mean, this Kate is goofy, like Squeaky Fromm goofy. Okay, I'm not kidding. I mean, it's like, you're Thorazine imbalanced or whatever. Oh yeah, he is. I mean, Pablo. If they do pursue this and it ends up going to trial, going to court, and they're deposed and it's and discovering his name is on there, I'm gonna laugh so hard. You guys have no idea. I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna sit there. I'm gonna cheer. Okay. The reason simply is this: it is beyond past time for that guy to pay back his karmic debt. all right? Because he's been bad to people for a long, long, long time. It started when they shit canned the EU, and the way he treated fans that were like, "What'd you do that for?" You know, the guy's very smug, very sadistic. He's sadistic. All right, he really, really is. He's such a bully. And he loves to see people upset and sad. I mean, this is where Pablo gets his jollies. Okay, anybody that doesn't like his shit, and it's garbage, and he knows it's garbage, but he doesn't care. He doesn't put his heart and soul into it. I mean, look at the whiteboard for the High Republic. Does it look like anybody really thought anything out? Or is it taking to the tooth spaghetti and throwing it up against the wall to see if it'll stick? You know, and I mean, what do they expect when they put literally less than a half-assed effort into this initiative they put out there, and people are like, and then mocking them. Instead of reducing yourselves to chimps throwing poop at each other, poop at people walking by, why don't you go back and go, we could have done a better job? Oh, wait. Let me tell you something. Everybody I know that has been raised or had a communist in their family has found them to be lazy, has found them to be shiftless, irresponsible. Guess what's running around in the story group at Lucasfilm? And why was this such a half-assed job? Because they're lazy, irresponsible, shiftless, apathetic, nihilistic, and they don't actually give a fuck. They'd rather sit around the coffee shop and talk about how bad everybody is around them for not being woke, which means for not hating everybody else and being divisive and being a freaking left-wing fascist Fruit Loop, which is exactly what Pablo does and would rather be doing, just like probably his daddy, who got chased out of Chile by Augusto Pinochet. Okay, and that's why Pablo's here. Can you imagine if he'd stayed in Canada, never crossed the border? They went to Chile first, and then he came here. Lucky us. Woo woo. Canada, take him back. I'm appalled that he has been there as long at Lucasfilm as he has. I'm appalled, and I know he knows better, that he would sit there and defame people because they didn't like a goddamn movie. That's all this is about. Wrap your minds around that one. I didn't like the sequel trilogy. You're a homophobic, misogynist, bigot, racist. Because I didn't like, yes. I mean, think about it. That's the logic. And it's like, you've got a girl who's sitting there because, and you guys, if you've been on Twitter, if you've been anywhere, the discussions get heated about how bad the sequel trilogy is. And the defenders, while not many, are obnoxious. And I gotta tell you this, I have had serious threats from people who were defending the sequel trilogy. And I don't know anybody who's ever made a threat about not liking two people who defended the sequel trilogy. People defending themselves, they're defending themselves against people literally threatening them. There's a difference, okay? Not looking for trouble, just don't like it. Talking about it with my friends. Want them to fix it, change it, do something with it. Put it in an alternate universe, whatever. That doesn't make me a bad person. I just didn't like it. It's kind of like, there are lots of foods, I'll eat anything, but I will not eat bugs. And there are people do eat them because it's gross. And I will not eat tofu because it's not healthy for you. Despite what all the vegans say, tofu is pretty bad for you. It's very high in natural estrogen and it's a carcinogen. Okay, so I think in the body chemistries of Caucasians, I think it's bad. Okay, it's just, that's what I think. I won't eat it. You know, I would just, if I want to eat plant protein, I'll eat beans. You know, period. That doesn't make me hate Asians. Okay, I know Asians that don't eat tofu. They don't like it either. All right. Hey, Pocket, how are you doing? So these, I mean, but if you look at the tweets, and I am gonna do a video where you can all read them, the stuff that Data Racer put together, and I'll put music to it, so you guys will be able to be pleasantly happy and listen. You look at these tweets; these girls have been enabled. They both seriously need psychiatric help, and I'm beyond caring. Like, all right, like yesterday, the president, and I'm not talking about the president, President Trump. I'm talking about the resident in chief right now, the thief, was trying to go up the stairs on Air Force One and fell up the stairs 3 times. I don't like the guy at all. I think he's a crook. I think he's been a crook for 50 years. Okay. I think he's also been an abuser of women. But I can look past that and see a human being and go, you know, he shouldn't be there. Hey, Cineday. Oh, Cineday Davis. All right, you guys talk. You and Pocket talk. He shouldn't be there. I see a human being. It's kind of like, you know, watching a video of John Gotti talking to his son when Gotti's in jail and you see that he's got cancer. And it's like, I see a human being there. I can't look past that. Maybe that's just, I have an empathetic nature to people. It's like when, God, this will be a long time ago now, when Saddam Hussein was dragged from his cell and hung, and my husband and I are laying in bed watching Hannity going, regicide makes me sick. It, you know, I don't think that was entirely the way to go. I think the U.S. government lost the ball on that. Saddam. Oh yeah, Vader. Yeah, they are. Saddam was a horrible man. I have Iraqi friends who lived through his nightmare years. Him and his sons were just horrible. But when I think about him, I think as a leader of a country and the way he was captured, they pulled him out of the spider hole. The young, I think it was a Delta Force, took his flashlight, looked down the spider hole, and he saw his bearded face looking up at him saying, I am Saddam Hussein, the president of Iraq. And the soldier replied, George W. Bush, president of the United States, sends you greetings. I mean, that was respectful. That was just because, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I just, you know, I think we handled Hermann Goering more more gallantly and more civilly than that. I don't, you know, like I said, I'd be the one standing in front of the jail defending, you know, kid killer from a lynch mob with a shotgun going, no, he's going to the judge and a jury. You're not just going to drag him out of the jail and hang him. You know, we need law and order. You know, I don't like that. So, you know, if you can separate a man's crimes to see a human being, I think it's better for you to do that. It's better for your soul. Maybe there's some nihilists out there that don't believe they have souls. I feel sorry for them if they do. But, you know, you gotta, you know, when I was watching those videos, it was like, there by the grace of God go I. And that's it. So, but these 2 girls, you know, they're young. They got more life ahead of them than they do behind them. And they're literally already making every mistake it could possibly make. You know, go and rethink your life's decisions before, okay? And, I really think that, and if I were the Jeremys, Griggs, and the Quartering, I would be thinking seriously about a lawsuit. All right? I wouldn't give them a chance. And the reason simply is this: it's not them you're after, it's the people at Lucasfilm that supported them. Because once Discovery's open, then you've got them. And that's why I would do it. All right? Your first target isn't necessarily the end game, it's part of the battlefield. Okay, when you look at it like that, then you can kind of sit back and think about where the next chess piece is going to go. But I'm not playing 4D chess, and I'm thinking maybe these guys are with them. These guys, let me tell you something. Matt Martin, Pablo, Mrs. Pablo, and anybody else that Data Racer found that was connected to them, they're not smart. They're clever, but they're not intelligent. They're not smart. Don't underestimate them, but don't overestimate them either. Okay? When I think about these people, they behave in a very corrupt way. And a person who does that makes mistakes. It's it's interesting to me watching these people kind of flounce. And the more they flounder around and attack YouTube, and Ethan Van Sciver is going to be fine. I have to go back and listen to his stream today, but Ethan's going to be fine. He's a good guy, and they're not going to bother him anymore. This is, I think, once people at YouTube realize what's going on, they're going to be like, no, we're not going to do this. And it's, and if the Jeremys go ahead and do this, they'll never be able to come after any of us again, because it'll set a precedent. Because yes, defamation has occurred, all right? And everybody has receipts, okay? I have receipts. I have stuff that I was told by Reylos from 2 years ago, okay, that I've saved, all right? And probably from these two girls. So, and you have to screen shoot everything, okay? You have to do that, because when you're talking to someone and it's getting nasty, you don't know who's on the other end of that line. Okay, I had a guy who was a contact on Facebook personally sending me emails that were horrible. And I have a friend who's a lawyer. So he said, let me see him. He saw him and said, I'll take care of it. And he didn't do anything, but he wrote a letter and said, I'm done. You're done. You're not going to do this anymore. And he didn't. All right. It's good to know people that can help you, that know how to deal with this stuff. And it's good that the Jeremys are thinking about this, because it's high time it stopped. This is where cancel culture ends. And the fact that it was Reylos is just, why wouldn't it be? That was, bye. See ya. I'm like, I don't even, I can't. And it's, hey, Anton. So anyway, I kind of wanted to talk about this because it's actually kind of funny. It's not what I thought it was. It's actually kind of pathetic. It's pathetic. And it's tragic in a way that these girls are like that. It is, but it's also like, okay, game done, game over. Now I'm pissed. If I was the Jeremys, now I'm pissed. Now it's like, okay, you know, now it's time to do the, let's get this over with. And I really think that it's going to end up really shining a light, and I think this is one of the breaks we needed. We can count this discovery of what's been really going on as a win, just like we can with the Forbes article. And I'm gonna tell you, man, the guy who wrote the Forbes article, he put it out there and left Twitter. He just dropped a grenade and walked away. He doesn't write a lot for Forbes. He went there deliberately to put that on there. Someone told him to. And then there was that, so just wait. There's stuff going on. And these girls, it's like, how can you be so emotionally invested in something so stupid? Are their lives, and this is their parents' fault. This is, hey, you know what? You didn't grow up with any faith. It wasn't cool enough. Your mom was probably an atheist or whatever. You went to college and bought the stupid feminaz bullshit, hook, line, and sinker. Your problem is you don't know where to put that energy. You're looking for something in your life you don't have. Okay? You're looking for something in your life that means something, and you're clinging to something that is stupid, wholly made up, not even canon, and basically making you sick to your stomach, because everybody knows it's stupid, and it's really sad, I think, for these girls. They don't have anything else. They don't have any faith. They don't, have any hobbies. Like, I'm pretty sure Kate doesn't ride horses, doesn't have a dog. She probably has a cat. Way different. Probably trying to get a guy to like her is very difficult. Fixates on a guy that is married. These women doxed Adam Driver's family. They doxed people who hated Reylo. These are not well people. All right, it's not that they're weird. They're scary. They're scary, dangerous. Okay, and it's sad. They can be better than this. Okay, they can be better than this if they want to be. All right. I don't know. I'm just like, well, I'm gonna grab a soda. I'll be right back. Be right back. Wait. All right, soda. All right, so anyway, we got that going on. And like I said, I think we caught a break with that. I think we did. I think Data Racer and the Quarter Ring really went out of their way to do it and do a good job. But I also think they had help. I think that once you get a lawyer involved, they have more tools at their disposal. Now we've got Kate whining she was doxxed. Probably with someone with named John Smith Esquire at the law firm of Smith, and Carlisle. All right, that's probably who did it. So it's not that she's unsafe, is that in order to move with a lawsuit, they have to find out who these people are. And the fact that they're whining shows that they didn't realize, no matter how hard you try to stay anonymous online, you aren't. because there's always someone that can find out who you are. All right. So that whole "I thought I was anonymous" is bullshit. Bullshit. Okay, it's bullshit. You know, and I'm gonna say this: if these Lucasfilm employees, oh yeah, Pocket, you're right. I mean, it's, you know, it's yeah, yes, C-Man. I mean, I'm looking at this going, you know, I want to be in the room watching. I want to be a bug on the wall going, be a little bug going, yee, yee. Everyone's like, yee. Oh yeah, they are psychos. That's what I was talking about, David. They're very much these girls need help. Again, they don't believe in anything. They're fixated on something that, you know, when I was 12 might have made sense. These girls are grown women. They're not teenagers. They're in their early 20s, I'd say, and they don't get it. But their lives are so empty, all they can think about is Reylo, Adam Driver, and being miserable. I mean that's the thing that just, you know, again, they don't have anything else for their souls to cling to. I guarantee you. Good, Kotan. Good, Dan. Good. They don't enjoy being outside. They don't have anybody in their lives they care about. Man. Wouldn't know what to do with the man if they had him anyway. They don't have a hobby that takes them out of the house. Horseback riding, tennis, golf. You know, think about all the things that a woman can do outside. Intramural basketball, softball. You know, hell, trap shooting. You know, they don't have that. They don't. You know, and I'm going to say this: the lack of the fundamentals of spirituality is very apparent in them. They don't, you know, you got these women who think they're Star Wars fans who don't understand it, who don't understand what it is because the people making the Disney stuff don't understand it. If we remove the Force from Star Wars, it's not Star Wars. And if you're a nihilist and you don't believe anything matters, that's what you do because you don't understand it. And that's what they did. These girls go to college. They're not taught how to think critically. They're enabled. All their insecurities are enabled. I don't think they have jobs, period, Treyla. I know one. I read where one Reylo was talking about one that she knew, and this girl kind of left the group. She thought they'd gone way over the deep end. When she said one girl actually actually one girl actually was so in despair she quit her job. Getting ulcers and getting to the point where you need a doctor in a hospital bed over a goddamn movie is, you know, and of course, you know, they're being enabled by people who hate us. You know, I'm going to take a different way of looking at this from Jeremy, Griggs, and everybody. There are people in Hollywood that hate us, but they don't all hate us. Yeah, and that's truth, but there's not enough of them, David. There's not enough of those kinds of women. I would say for everybody in Hollywood or at Lucasfilm that hates us, there are probably plenty that like us. There are probably plenty that know exactly what the score is. That's why there's a civil war going on. Okay? You know, well, yeah, I mean, well, hold it. Well, no, they don't. Um, you know, what? The Chinese have a word for those women. And I'm going to probably butcher it, so don't get mad at me. Bai Shua? Bai Shui? Which means white leftists, which means very concerned about diversity and equality and everything. It goes beyond that, but you guys understand that's what Kathy Kennedy is. Okay. And if you talk to anybody in the film industry, like, Cameron, Cam will tell you the worst people in Hollywood are white left wing women. And for a while, white left wing women were running Hollywood. This is why we've got all this woke shit. These are the women that bought third and fourth wave feminism, hook, line, and sinker. And it's very telling that they've been allowed to do that and get away with it. I'm literally waiting for the next shoe to drop because, look, if I'm going to say this, I don't think that this was attached to anything like defending Kathy Kennedy. I think it was a thing that they did because they were so upset at the other fans because they really didn't get what they wanted, which is Ben and Ray living happily ever after. I mean, that wasn't the point, okay, at all. In fact, the point of the whole sequel trilogy is Ray don't need no man, okay? And they're very happy to say that to your face. But if you start mocking, Adam Driver, the mule-faced boy, they'll go after you. Okay? It's I've said this before, I'll say this again about Adam Driver. Bai Joie. Bai Zhou. Bai Joie. Bai Zhou. Okay, I don't know, I can't, I'd have to hear it. Adam Driver's overrated. He's not that good of an actor. He's been very lucky to have been in movies with, I think, Liam Neeson and Bill Murray, who's my spirit animal, and Harrison Ford. He takes himself too seriously. If I had anybody that I wanted to work with, and it was a job that it was a part that a guy between the age of like 45 and 30 could play, because today actors who are 45 look really good. I mean, they look younger than they are. And it came down to between Michael Imperioli and Adam Driver. I'd pick Michael Imperioli. Michael Imperioli is a great actor, and he's a cool guy. And I would hire him in a heartbeat before I'd ever hire Adam Driver. First off, Adam Driver comes with baggage. Reylo, and I don't want that. Second of all, I don't like his style, all right? And I don't like the fact he comes off as kind of a prick, in a way. He kind of comes off as a prick. So, I'm, I would pick Michael Imperioli or somebody of that, in that kind of actor over Adam Driver, and because I don't want to deal with the shit. And if you're doing a movie in the United States and the Reylos find out Adam Driver's filming in, you know, Reedstown, Wisconsin, hey Gruntilda, Reedstown, Wisconsin, my mom's hometown, the whole fucking place will be full of screaming Reylos. Again, and I've said this before, I'll say this again. They act. Okay, great, Anton. They act like the girls that used to follow Ted Bundy around, and Charlie Manson, and all those people. Okay, that's what they act like. They don't. It's like, they're really, quite. It's weird. It's just like, what is wrong with you? But say, you spend your time online, and I spend more than my fair share of time online, but it's mostly just to get the word out because this is how people communicate now, and keep up with the gang. Oh, they are, Gruntilda. Boy, you've said a mouthful there. But these women grew up with it. They don't know any better. They don't understand. To them, being told on Twitter, Adam Driver's ugly and I think he's overrated and Reylo sucks, is like literally being told your mother's a bitch, your dad's worthless, and you suck. That's the same thing. Think about how dumb that is. All right. Now, if you're 12 or a grade schooler, I could see where that would hurt your feelings. But if you're an adult and you can't deal with that, then, when I get upset at people for saying nasty things about actors and everything that I like, they're being disrespectful, they're being ageist, and if they're just doing it just to be jerks, there's really no opinion behind it, they're just doing it to be assholes. People should be called out. But if it's really your opinion, I really didn't like it, and you get basically beaten over the head with the cancel button, racist cancel button, I love it. My favorite thing about Reylos. Well, yeah, it does, but that's okay because Huts are actually can change sexes. If you remember A.C. Crispin's novel, when Han discovered that it wasn't Durga the Hutt, it was shit, I can't remember. It was the boss. It was like this Hutt was like the Lucky Luciano of the Hutt clan. It was like the boss of bosses. And Han mentions this person in front of him itself and Jabba. And Jabba freaks out and goes, "That's my aunt. It used to be uncle, now it's his aunt." In order to reproduce, Hutts are hermaphrodites. So, it does sound funny and it's funny. So, when you decide to be a guy, you can call yourself Grunda the Hutt or something like that. Oh, I knew he wasn't. I know who it was because I know who this is. But, back to this, it is like talking to, these girls because they spend so much time on the phone, their phones in front of the, well, why wouldn't he? I mean, that doesn't, I mean, because he was a he at the time. When Jabba, now I think Clone Wars, Clone Wars sort of ended that, but, and I really honestly think that, and now we're going into our Hutts hermaphrodites or not. This is how the conversation goes. Clone Wars had male and female Hutts, and yeah, I do. And I think they kind of ended the hermaphrodite thing. But when you look at the way a Hut's shaped, Gruntildo, dude, don't do that. Grunda, if you call yourself Gruntildo and get into an argument with somebody online here, they're gonna call, you know what they're gonna call you, right? All right, I'm telling you right now. Anyway, I think the way Hutts are shaped, I'm trying to figure out just how they would get together and make whoopee to make a baby. You know, so, or maybe they do the fish thing. Pond of water, egg, mom leaves, daddy shows up with the sperm, puts it in the pond, and there you go. I don't know. I mean, maybe they come out tadpoles. Yeah, you know, I can't believe we're talking about this. Thank you for getting me off track. But wait, no, it really is too bad these girls spend so much time online because you can obviously see where their maturity level is. And then when they scream at you, it's just a movie. And it's like, yeah, I know. I know that. Do you know that? And then they freak out more. Again, when you really listen to what they say, it's like a, oh, Zero was funny though. He was Truman Capote. When you, when, it's really funny though, when you get these people into it and they get really upset, you realize they can't argue. There's nothing, they can't argue with you at all about anything. And it's kind of funny. It really, really is. You know, I'll be on here for 8 more minutes, and I know that drunk 3PO is going to do a stream about all this shit, a live stream at 5. I'm not going to be able to listen. And probably Midnight's Edge will do Midnight's Edge at After Dark earlier. They usually show up at the same time. I'll probably pop in that chat. This has just been a good day, I think. The whole information stuff that's coming out has been a very, very, very good. I think for the fandom as a whole. You know, when you find out they were Reylos and it's sort of like, you know, and that's part of the internet. If you don't know who you're talking to, you know, it does scare you. I've got my stalker and I'm going to take care of him. In fact, you know, Monday, and if that video is not down, if he's not talked to, if he doesn't apologize to me, and YouTube doesn't take it down for him, I am going to get a hold of my lawyer and ask him what can I do. And you know, I'm gonna you know, do it. Grintelda, you're funny. But you know, that is neither here nor there. I'm not fucking around. And worst comes to shove and I can't get rid of it, I'm going to humiliate him. So, yeah, Zero was Truman Capote. Strange, interesting little man. Truly, a weirdo. If you've ever seen that awful movie, Studio 54, I actually think it was probably the last movie Celia Ward was ever in. And they talk about that, and he shows up at one point, and I'm like, oh God. I gotta say this. The fact that people like Princess Grace went to that awful place is just like, are you kidding me? And and I'm not a prude, but that kind of place is just, it's not needed. It's not, but anyway, now I'm really off traffic, but yeah, Truman Capote was in that movie. What a freak. Weird little man. But anyway, yeah, so yeah, this rewriting Reylo, you guys, I'm telling you, man, it has really opened my eyes, and it has really kind of made me feel good about everything going forward. David, where does that come from? Because mostly it's Kennedy, and her days are numbered. All right, so I don't know where you're getting that. Now, Drunk 3PO does have a video up, and it's about Disney and cancel culture. He just put it up today, and I want you guys to watch it because I don't know the interview that he had. I don't know when it came out, and I haven't watched that interview, and I don't know if Gina Carano came up in that. But in a few minutes, I'm gonna be kind of busy because I gotta take the idiot out, and then I got a whole new kettlebell workout I'm gonna do for legs. It's 35 minutes, and by the time I'm done, I'm not gonna be able to walk, but it's gonna be great. Trying to get stronger, so I can do stuff. But just go watch it because I think it's very interesting. I'm probably gonna watch it while I get ready to work out and stretch and do my warm up and stuff, which is just casual, whatever. Oh, well, if you were in chat yesterday, you saw what happened. All right. Well, the person that did that is now on notice. And yeah, I mean, YouTube has been contacted. He pulled a real boner with me, and I'm not taking this lying down. The time for acting like a jackass and being a dick is over. Okay, it's really weird, and this goes for the Reylos that were harassing Jeremy and going after them, and going after them and rewriting Ripley. We don't know these people. We've never met these people. They're taking the fact that we don't like a movie, and this person is the same way. I had one run-in with him on Twitter, and then I blocked him, and then I'd see his name come up elsewhere, and I just, whatever. He's a Kathy Kennedy toe sucker. I don't know who he is. Why he showed up in my chat to bother you guys and to bother me is beyond my comprehension. I told him on Twitter to get fucked, and I blocked him, and that was it. Once I tell you to do that, I'm done. I'm not going to argue with you anymore. You're out of my life. And I like to keep it that way. Because if you keep coming back because you need attention, then you're asking for trouble. Okay? And this guy yesterday, he shows up in chat, starts causing trouble. And then I wake up at 2 a.m. and a friend is like, oh my God, did you see this? So he made a video of the part where I was yelling at him, and he was mocking me. Apparently, you can't have a voice like mine with the bad stuff that happened without being a smoker. Okay? None of that's true. I don't smoke. I can't smoke. I have 75% lung capacity. I can't even go into a smoky bar. And In the bars here in Pennsylvania, you can smoke. I think it's county ordinance that's fine. I don't like it. When I smell it on people, it makes me sick to my stomach. The reason why is this. I can't take it. I really, really can't. It just, I mean, when I was in college, we'd be out at the bars and we'd be out drinking and having a good time. And my friends smoked, but I made sure I stayed away from them. But still, just being near it. It doesn't have to blow in my face to make me sick, to give me a headache. You know, and it's like, so no, I can't smoke. But apparently, you can go through the shit I went through, and because my voice sounds like this, no fault of mine, no choice of mine, you know, I mean, I didn't ask God to give me pneumonia. I didn't ask him to, take away, you know, ruin my vocal cords. I didn't ask that to happen, but here we are. But I'm an asshole because my voice sounds like this, and I'm a smoker, and I don't even know what that fucking means. So, according to these assholes, if you smoke or sound like you do, you're a horrible person. You know, I remember when I was a kid, when everybody smoked, and some of the finest people I know smoked. All right? So really, a lot of Hollywood actors smoke. You know, you don't see them smoking, but they do. You know, and I'm like, I don't really understand that, and to have someone mock me for my voice, and I've had people do that before. I don't have the greatest speaking voice, I know that. But what the fuck, man? Walk a mile in my shoes once. All right, think before you open up your internet bully mouth and get those fingers onto the cords, because you're gonna be shocked. Okay, I've been through hell in my life, and this is one of the many scars I've got from that. My whole chest is covered with chest tubes. I got a lovely scar on my stomach. My arms are full of IV scars from and pokes. I've been through hell. I spent 3.5 months in the hospital. When I got good enough to where they could put the trach in, I weighed 79 pounds. Okay, but hey, I smoke. I'm a horrible person. I wouldn't care so much if the argument was intellectual, but it all comes down to this woman doesn't like the Star Wars sequel trilogy. She's a horrible person. Let's attack her personally. That's exactly what this is all about. Now, if they were telling me this to my face, let me tell you something about this beta male. I went and watched what he did. My dog could beat him up. Okay, my dog is smarter than he is. My horse is smarter than he is. I have a bag of almonds and sunflowers, with, almonds and pumpkin seeds in it that is smarter than this dipshit. Okay, I'm not gonna say who it is. When I get my techie wherever he is right now, because he hasn't come back to me. When my techie shows up, he's got a bunch of things to do for me, and I'm going to embarrass the fuck out of this person. Okay? If YouTube doesn't make him take it down, and because YouTube sucks, they probably won't. Okay? But they're supposed to referee these things, and I did nothing to this guy. I don't know who the fuck he is. And personally, if he fell off the planet, I wouldn't care. Okay? Funny enough, that's the problem we all have with these Reylos online. I don't fucking care about you. I don't care about your problems. I got enough of my own. Okay? I've got a dog to train. I've got a horse I'm worried about. That I got to get out and start moving again because she's getting old. I've got other things. we've got a house to pay for, a kitchen that needs to be cleaned up, mother-in-law who's not doing her best right now, but she's a tough chick. I got all kinds of shit going on. Why the fuck do I want, A, to pay attention to somebody who has such low self-esteem and obviously in real life can't get a girl to pay attention to him, so it comes on my fucking channel, the smallest one in the fandom menace, and harasses me, then turns around and mocks me behind my back like he's some sort of internet hero. You know, doesn't know anything about me, doesn't have any idea who I am or the shit I've been through. Disrespectful, and what he did is exactly what Rewriting Ripley did to Jeremy and everybody. Dehumanize me. That's what they do. If they don't see you face to face and they don't like you, all because you fucking hate a movie or a set of movies, because arguably, there's no argument. These are bad fucking movies. Okay? Can't argue with me. If you like them, that's fine. I don't give a shit. Okay? I really, 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 in my heart of hearts, don't care. I don't care about you. I don't care about your problems. I don't care about what you had to eat today. I don't care if you don't have any attention from the opposite sex. I have no fucks to give. Okay? So why are you bothering me? Oh, because you're insecure, you're not getting enough attention, mommy didn't love you or loved you too much, and you want to look like an internet ranger by beating up on a small channel. Because it's a channel run by somebody who, well, Rosario, when you guys see who it is and the way I'm going to mock him, you're going to laugh your ass off. I mean, this is war. Okay, this is fucking war. You know, and I'll tell you something else. This jackass is friends with people in the Fandom Menace or people that are part of it. All right? I don't know. Do they feel sorry for him? Oh, David, don't. I'm 52 years old. That happened when I was 19. It was 1987, long before you were born. You know, I was anorexic, and there was a really bad bird flu going around, and I weighed 90 pounds at the time. I got real sick with the flu. It turned into pneumonia, and there it is. Anyway, I gotta go. Something came up, so and I've been on for an hour ranting. But anyway, the Rewriting Ripley discovery is really great. I want you guys to know that, and I gotta go. I'll talk to you later.